Two, 1, 2. All right, welcome back to popolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now, we're live on YouTube. Make sure you check me out on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. 1, 2, 1, 2, and place to be with Iconic Bond. How you doing, bro?
Good, brother. How you doing?
I'm
Happy New
great, man.
Year.
Yeah, you too, bro. So
What's
I
going
was
on?
reading that you're from Egypt.
Originally, yeah, man. Born in Egypt. Both my parents born in Egypt. All my family's still back home too. So,
So where did you come in America? Where did you come to?
um, well, my extended family is still back home in Egypt. My father moved to the States. I think I was like 4 years old when we first moved to the States. Moved around a lot. You know, came in Virginia, then we lived in Texas for a little bit, and then went to North Carolina, moved around North Carolina for a little bit. Um, but yeah, since I was 4 years old, I've been in the States.
Yeah, it's funny, man. I remember back in the day, I used to I don't know, I guess the like how they portray Egyptians now, like they be thinking Egyptians look like, how they show them in the movies. So everybody think that's Egyptians now. So they look at you
I
crazy. It's
mean, there's
funny.
definitely there's definitely Egyptians that look like that, but it ain't all of them. The majority of us light skin, curly hair, dark features.
So how did you get involved with hip hop?
Oh man, I grew up on hip hop. I've always loved hip hop. I was always writing when I was in high school. Started in high school just writing in journals, writing poems, writing rhymes, stuff like that. And then my boy Bad Logic, who's on the Day One project with me, I've known him since we were in high school, and he's a hip hop head too. He was into making beats and stuff back when we were in high school, but it didn't really catch on until a few years ago. He hit me up randomly and he was like, "Bro, I'm about to get FL Studio. I'm gonna start making beats." And I was like, "Well, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a mic, and we just gonna do it." And then we just started doing it. So he kind of lit that fire under me to just go ahead and hop on some beats, start making some music.
So who did you grow up listening to? Like the
Ooh,
earliest memories of hip hop?
man, everybody. I can't even. I mean, Tupac, Biggie, Common, Tribe Called Quest, um, MF Doom, rest in peace. Um, Everybody, man. I mean, I listened to anything I can get my hands on when I was younger. Um, Still listening to the same folks till today. Still the old hip hop cats. That's who I'm still listening to.
Yeah, I know you said you came over here when you was 4, but how is hip hop in Egypt? Do you know how it is over there? Like they have
Uh,
their own style, or they listening to our stuff?
I mean, they've been listening to this stuff, right? They've been listening to American hip hop. When I was younger, we used to go over there vacationing, and my cousins all be into like Tupac and Biggie and Snoop and Dr. Dre. They love the West Coast feel and some New York feel. I feel like hip hop is still making its way over there. They not 100% caught up yet, but they got their own hip hop now. There's Arabic hip hop. That's the language they speak in Egypt, right? So now there's Arabic hip hop. Um, so there's that culture is just now being created over there in terms of they're creating their own hip hop genre now. So
And then what do you mean by iconic bond? What does that mean?
when I was in college, I got a chemistry degree, and ionic bond is the strongest chemical bond known to man. It's the bond between the positive and the negative. So when we was first starting out, I had to have some kind of stage name, and I wanted my stage name to have some kind of, to pay homage to science because I love science. I've always loved it. Um, And then one of my boys, I was just going back and forth with one of my boys, and he came up with the name. He was like, "How about Iconic Bond?" I was like, "Bro, I'm sticking with that one. Love that name." So, and ever since, it just grew on me. You know what I'm saying? Like it just became. I kind of enveloped it into who I am as an artist. The bond between the positive and the negative. Strong bond with people, you know, through the music, stuff like that. So
What do you like about science?
Science is life. You know, science, especially for me, chemistry stuck with me more than any other science, because it is the study of everything down to the molecular level, right? Like everything that you look at, everything we're made of, everything in this world is all based off of science. That's what it is. So I've always loved it because it was a challenge too. It was very, you know, I love to challenge myself. Just it was the hardest subject that I took at school, chemistry. So I loved it. I stuck with it. It was interesting. It wasn't boring. So that's really what, you know, what turned me on to science.
So what do you think about how was the pyramids made?
I can't tell you that one. I can't tell you that one, man.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm just messing. Man, I have no idea. I've watched so many things about it, you know, read so much about it. I think man made the pyramids. I'll tell you that. I just don't think. I think right now in today's age, we feel like back then they were stupid and maybe didn't know how to build something like so sophisticated like that. I don't think that's true. I think they were very sophisticated, and I think we just lost a lot of the documents over the years.
yeah, we got stupid. We got stupid, huh?
Right. Like somewhere there was a generation that just lost all the knowledge. No, but I mean, you know, I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a library in Alexandria, Egypt, that was burnt down, and it held a lot of historical, you know, documents, and that was like the world's history.
That was
And it
like
was
our first
gone.
Wikipedia. They burnt that shit down. Our first Wikipedia.
Right.
Real Wikipedia. They burnt that shit down.
Yeah, man. And I feel like just right now we feel like, oh, we the smartest people in all of humanity over the, you know, over history, but man, they were smart back then.
I'm
There's
saying,
a lot of
I was gonna say, speaking of that, what do you think about like there's been more UFO sightings now. They just found another one in Hawaii, but it was like hella people saw it, so they can't even say it wasn't a UFO. It was like because like 200 people called in and all saw the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a blue UFO. It just happened like beginning of the year. So you know what I'm saying? I guess the more you start thinking about science, and I start thinking about shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, unidentified flying object, sure. I don't know if I call it some aliens or something. I just feel like, you know how the government be doing. They have their confidential, you know, whatever secret stuff that they be working on. So it could have just been something flying that nobody knew about.
But yeah, even like I mean, I think like during the pandemic, they've been like sliding a lot of shit on the like just putting it out, but we ain't paying attention to it. I think
Yeah.
like a couple months ago, it was like 6 months ago, the fucking U.S. Navy said that shit. Like the Navy said UFOs is this, and they just like it just like we're not paying attention to it now. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I like telling us more stuff, but we just I guess we thinking about this shit right now.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man. Who knows,
I'm like, man. So I was in the Marines, so I'm like, if the Navy saying that shit, like that's pretty much like that's like general news now. If the Navy saying it, because they're not even gonna let the military say no shit like that without the government approving it. So
yeah, who knows, man? A lot of shit we don't know about.
So who would you say? Who are you as a person?
What you mean?
Who are you, man? Like, who are you?
Who am I? I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. A community activist / leader. That's who I am.
Then what is your purpose with your music?
Same thing, man. I'm just trying to. To me, it's all encompassing. My music is who I am and who I believe. Who I believe in, and I've worked a lot with the youth over the years, and that's always been like a goal of mine, like to leave behind a generation of people who are better than the generation that we are now. You know what I'm saying? I've always been the type of person to leave behind something that's better than me. So that's where my music comes in. Because I mean, I grew up on a different hip hop than what's popping right now. And I feel like that hip hop back then had a lot of positivity to it. It had, even if it wasn't positive messages, it was like it was real shit that was being said in the music. And I feel like that over time that's gone. It feels like it's gone. And my music, and I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to the whole project yet, but I mean, a lot of people even told me like, man, that's you paying homage to a lot of old sounding hip hop in there. And I was like, I mean, that's who I am though. So, my music is me, and my goal is to, like I said, leave some kind of imprint on generations to come, and that's what my music's gonna be about.
Mm. You was kind of hitting on it already. I was gonna say, how would you describe your sound to people?
My sound is probably somewhere between like late '90s and early 2000s hip hop, with a little bit of maybe some J. Cole sprinkled in. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say when they see me perform live on stage, they think I'm a mix between, like, if you take Eminem and J. Cole and mix them together. And I feel like that's pretty accurate. It's a pretty accurate representation of my style of music, I guess. I don't purposely try to copy anybody or mimic anybody's style. I'm just doing what comes naturally.
Yeah, it's like a running joke going on, man. It's like I don't like Eminem, but every time I interview people, they bring up his name. Now these people,
Bro.
I know him and Snoop kind of getting into it right now, though.
Yeah. It's sad though. It's sad. I mean, I don't know. Eminem, I feel like yeah, people don't like him. Maybe it's because he's white. Maybe it's because they can't relate to the stuff that he was talking about. But I feel like you can't really deny the fact that he has some sort of impact on hip hop too. Like, the dude was a master lyricist. Like he's a writer. The dude could write. A lot of his stuff, yeah, I would say some of his stuff was kind of like silly. It didn't really make sense. But he's got some skills. I feel like people can't deny the man his flowers from that perspective.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's not. I mean, I don't know. I guess it always depends on what you grew up on hip hop. Because my hip hop, like, I'm not like, just because you can rap and use your vocabulary, like, okay, cool, but does it hit my soul? So I asked my wife. I said, has Eminem made anything better than Pete Rock and then CL Smooth Reminisce? Has he ever made anything better than that? And he's like, no. And then he's like, oh, I can't ride to Eminem. So if you can't ride to him, how is he in your top rapper category when you can't ride around listening to him? So that kind of like,
true.
I don't know. It's like hip hop got to be like, it's more like, yeah, it's the rapping, but it got to hit your soul. It's kind of like, that's what makes it like black culture. Like, once it connects with the soul. So if it's not connecting with the soul, it kind of missing. So he's good, but I think like even his like the recent stuff, like all his other shit, he's been like, that shit been whack. Like, he was good before, but all this recent stuff, ain't nobody messing with that, man. So that's why now he has this Snoop, because ain't nobody messing with him. So then you got to go at Snoop. But you had 20 years to go at Snoop. You could have been with Snoop. You waited like till y'all like 40, 60 years old.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the same thing. I mean, that's kind of like I was saying, I was working with the youth over the past few years. A lot of them, would try to push me to listen to some of these new artists, and they're like, man, we can relate so closely to these new artists. And I was like, and I mean, that's what it goes back to. Who can you relate to? What artist is actually saying something that hits you in your soul, like you were saying, that you could feel it in your heart, like this, that you could relate to it. And hey, Eminem somebody must have related to Eminem, because he wouldn't have made it otherwise.
Well, I guess we gonna ignore the big old machine he had behind him. Hey,
I mean,
he had a fucking $1 billion machine behind him. He still had to make it. If you got Jimmy Iovine, you got Dre. Come on, man. You got Jimmy Iovine and Dre. That's enough right there. That rapper had Jimmy Iovine.
You gotta have the machine. I understand that. Yeah. I understand that. But you saying even without that machine, like he had to have an impact. Come on, bro. The dude had an impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm saying this shit, we gotta keep going. But man, this shit is deep with me. Like we did a contest. Like I had dude had Eminem, I had AZ. We was playing the song, battling. We be going this all day. This is like a running topic. We go all over this, but
yeah.
I don't know, man. Each his own.
Each his own.
I was saying,
beauty of art.
So you was talking about your album. You said day one. So just let us know a little bit about it, where they can check it out and everything.
Yeah, so it dropped, I think, November 14th. I can't even remember the date.
Day one.
Day one, yeah, not the number one, WON. So that's kind of my, the debut album for me and Bad Logic. Bad Logic being my boy that I was talking about earlier that produced all the beats. So that album, we put together basically a collection of all the tracks that we thought were the top tracks because we made a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying? We've been working for years now, and we just had to put something out. Like, we was holding on so much music. We've been holding on to music for years, just sitting there. So I was like, man, let's put something out. So we just picked up, I think it's 12 tracks, the top 12 tracks that we was really feeling at the moment. Put them together, compiled them, put them on that album. So that album is our, that's our, and we called it Day One to have multiple meanings, right? So when I say it to you, you don't see it, that's our Day One album. But Day One, the way we spelled it, WON, being that, this is our day now, like we won that day. It's my day. So Day One.
Yeah, describe your creative process.
Ooh, it's ups and downs, man. Some of them tracks, I'll tell you, he sent me the beat. It was done, like I would just sit, listen to it. It hit me right away, and I would just finish writing the track that night. Some of them took a while. It really depends. My creation process is a little bit different, depending on how I'm feeling. So sometimes I'll put the beat on and just go live on the mic and just start freestyling for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? See if anything sticks, and then go from there. Most of the time, it's me just sitting, vibing, and writing, and I just be writing. I'll just put the beat on repeat and just write, because that's initially where I came from, is the writing aspect of it. I've been writing, so I could write with or without a beat. It doesn't matter, but I like to get in the vibe of the beat, see what the beat make me feel, and then go from there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you learn how to rap? Like, who I know you say you kind of started with somebody, but how did you learn it?
Trial and error, man. It wasn't even, nobody really taught me how to rap. It was just, I listened to so much hip hop music. It just happened. Oh. You know what I'm saying? I put the beat on, I could tell you the first few rounds of rapping, it was garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll put something on and try to write to it, try to freestyle to it. It just wasn't happening. And then over time, I found those pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like it was once I found it, I couldn't let it go. That was it.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. So just for the listeners, what do you mean by when the people say I found the pocket? What do they mean?
Man, it's that part of the beat where where it just hit right. You know what I'm saying? Like in between, there's different styles of flow. Some people flow on the beat, some people flow in between. You know what I'm saying? In between the drums and in between the the snares and stuff. But that, I don't even know how to describe the pocket, bro. It's just like once you hear that, the flow that's supposed to be on that beat.
That's why I asked you.
The flow that's supposed to be on there. That's the pocket. You'll know it when you find it. You know when you find it.
So what's next for you?
Man, I'm working on a few projects right now. Me and Bad Logic, working on the second one of those. I'm trying to work on a little bit of bigger project too, kind of like my autobiography, but through hip hop. So I'm gonna see what how many projects, whether that's gonna be one project, couple projects, to talk about me and my life. But beyond that, man, it's just keep on working, keep on networking with people just like you. So I appreciate you, brother. And keep on keeping on, see what happens. I mean, hey, I would love to be able to do my music full time, just like anybody else that's doing music. It's my passion, it's my love. I would love to do it full time. So that's the goal right now. See how I can make this my career rather than just something on the side.
I'll say, what's your interest outside of music?
Gaming, probably top. Playing video games. Beyond that, bro. Huh?
I said I was right after this interview. I'm about to jump on the game.
What you playing?
Man, I playing at. I got Madden 20, so I be playing a franchise. But then I got the PS3, so I be playing Fight Night on there. You got NCAA. I play mostly sports games, but Madden, I play WWE sometimes. Then I got Oculus too, so I got the virtual reality.
Oh yeah, I just tried one of them the other day. Them junkers.
Yeah, I be doing the boxing on there.
That junk is crazy.
Yeah,
I'm the opposite. I don't really be playing sports games that heavy. I be playing all the nerdy shit. You know what I'm saying? I play shooters, RPGs, stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I think something wrong with my brain, man. I can't play those games. Like anytime, I even I bought that PlayStation Now, so it's like you pay. It's kind of like Netflix for the video games. So you pay $5 a month, and you can play all the games they got on the screen. But I cannot play those games, man. I like run into walls and shit, all that shit. I don't know why I can't play those games right. I cannot play them right. It's like I walk off the screen, all that shit, man.
Yeah, that shit. It takes some getting. It takes some getting used to, man. But them games, I mean, I've been trying to stay away from gaming recently, just so I could work heavy on my music. Because once I get deep into one of them games, bro, it's hard to come off of them games.
Yeah, because I was trying to play this. I can't play it, man. I'm telling you, I can't play. It's been like ever since I started playing video games, I could never play those games.
It's too quick.
But sports games, I can play like nothing. Fighting games, I can play, but those games, I don't know what's going on.
They give you a headache. Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck wrong with this shit, man? I can't do it.
Yeah.
So what else you like besides the gaming?
Bro, beyond that, it's just spending time with my kids, to be honest. Spend time with the family, working out, trying to stay in shape, trying to stay healthy. That's about it, bro. Activism. Outside of that is community work. If it ain't my family or my work or my music, then it's community stuff. Working with a lot of different organizations out in North Carolina. Trying to do right by the people. You know what I'm saying?
So what are you active about?
Recently, I've been working more towards interfaith type stuff. So, like I said, I'm Muslim, so working with other faith organizations, trying to create collective in the community. So we kind of show the community, like, regardless of what you believe in, we can still work together. We can still, make an impact on the community together, rather than put people in, say Muslims are terrorists or whatever, stuff like that. So I'm trying to break that barrier right now. So that's like recent. That's like right now. That's my project right now. Before, obviously throughout this whole year, it's been BLM stuff like that. Not with BLM, the organization per se, but just around the concept of racism and inequality and stuff like that. Speaking out against it, meeting with people, going to the protests. But yeah, my focus right now has just been interfaith mainly.
All right, then what's a good business to start right now?
Good business.
Yep.
Man, if all goes well and the Democrats win, I would say dispensary.
Oh, yeah, that shit already out here, man. That shit booming out here.
Yeah, see, it ain't everywhere though. North Carolina ain't got them.
Them shit be like, bro, that should be like moving. Like, I know they at least probably make 100,000 a day easily. That's how
probably more than that.
Yeah, it should be moving. You be like, God damn, like you be there, like it just always moving. Like
it's the plug. That's the new plug now, bro. I mean, like they legitimate drug dealers.
Yeah, but I actually had a girl on my show. We talked about this, how like even though it's legal out here, they try to like make it where it's difficult for people of color to get the stuff, but it's easier for white people to get it. So you got to know how to do it. So they trying to get us now where we can't get off. Like they get it. So.
That's what I'm saying. As long as it's probably just because they federally still consider marijuana as a illicit drug. So until they take that off, it's gonna keep using it.
Yeah, you look like Colin Kaepernick a little bit.
Come on, bro.
I tell you that. Speaking, we talking about the you gotta go.
It's the hair. It's the hair. It's the hair, bro. But yeah, man. I mean, somebody got to do something, right? Like I said, I've been working with the community, working with the youth for a while. So it's like this is just second nature. This is the organic second step for me. Is I got to do something for the community. So
how long you been in North Carolina?
We're 2021, probably 20 years. 20 years I've been. 20 years been in North Carolina. Yeah.
Yes, I had a boy on the show. I interviewed. Me and the homie, Big Rapper Pooh. He's from Little Brother.
Yeah.
I don't know where area you from. Then I had the baby on the show.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
What area are you from?
Raleigh area.
Okay, so that's where Little Brother from, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Raleigh, Durham. Yep.
So y'all never shit. You gotta go link up with them, man. Y'all from the same hometown.
Man, I'm trying to link up with everybody I can, bro. I ain't lying to you. It takes a while to break through all the noise. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of noise. So you got to break through it. They ain't just meeting with anybody.
Yeah, then speaking of that too, I mean, shit, like even like think you mentioned J. Cole earlier. I know he got like the Dream Bill going now. So seems like North Carolina doing good right now. Shit.
North Carolina coming up. Rhapsody too. Rhapsody.
You know who put y'all on though?
Huh?
I said, you know what rapper put North Carolina on?
Who?
Petey Pablo.
He did. He did, and then everybody forgot about us for a minute.
Yeah, y'all taking his shirt off, twisting around their head like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Everybody like, give man his props, man. I don't know what he got now, but shout out to Petey Pablo, man.
He's still there.
So what advice would you give to a new artist as far as building their name, building their career, building their brand?
Business before anything. Make sure everything in your business is lined up correctly. You know what I'm saying? If you work with anybody, make sure your contracts are straight. Have everything in writing. Keep pushing. Don't stop pushing. Don't stop making music. Keep doing what you feel like is natural to you. I feel like a lot of people do try to mimic other folks and in hopes that that's the sound that's going to make them famous. Create your own sound. Do what feels right to you and don't, just do you. Keep on doing it.
Then what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
I appreciate everybody that has even listened to any of my music. I love y'all. y'all are the reason that I will continue doing what I'm doing. You know, that does help from an artist perspective, right? A lot of artists, I mean, that's what we doing it. A lot of people say, yeah, I'm not doing it for the clout or I'm not doing it for the fame. At the end of the day, that's part of the equation, whether you like it or not. So seeing that there are people that are supporting us, that's why we continue doing it. So thank you.
All right, man. I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
I appreciate you, brother.
Right, you got anything else you want? What's your social media and everything?
Say that again.
What's your social media?
Oh yeah, check me out on Instagram. That's my main. It's Iconic Bond. At Iconic Bond. And then beyond that, Day One album is out streaming everywhere. So go check that out wherever you stream music. And then I do have my own website. It's theiconicbond.com. That'll take you anywhere else you need to go. Got merchandise on there, videos, all kinds of stuff.
Got any shout outs?
Shout out to Bad Logic for getting on this project with me. And shout out to you.
Who's you? The fans? The
you.
listeners? Oh, me? Po.
No, you.
Right. Well, we out, y'all. Till the next time. We'll be back on later this afternoon, so check me out. We out. Let me cut this off.